Ken, your family and the business have had a long association with Newgate Street. When did it start?
When did it start? 1953 was when my dad started the business, and that was the top of Newgate Street. He went into partnership with Basil Bainan, and it was round about the time of the coronation, and Basil was running around trying to fit televisions to everybody's houses for the coronation, and he really had a photographic section that he didn't have the time to run, so my dad took on the photographic section, and things took on from there.
And not only did you have the shop there, but you lived upstairs, didn't you?
Well, yeah, that was a little bit later, around about 1957, but they actually lived above number 51 Newgate Street, and again, great stories from living above the shop. You know, great stories of when the A1 used to come through Morpeth. Dad had a great idea to capitalise on this market that was passing through the town, and so he fitted a film dispenser to the front of the shop door to sell films when the shop was closed. So there would be wagon drivers driving from London up to Scotland, and they would stop at sort of 3 o'clock in the morning and fumble around for their change and put the money into the dispenser and try and rive the drawers to try and get that ill-fed film out, and the noise that made with the truck sitting outside ticking over and them trying to get the film out of the dispenser. My mum wasn't too pleased and threatened to throw the film dispenser in the one spec. But happy times of business and living above the shop.
So in those early days, what do you remember of other businesses that were on the street that obviously aren't here any longer? Great
memories from when I was a child of Margaret Given's, the little sweetie shop. Again, another business where they lived next door to the shop, and when you went into the shop they used to come through from the living room, and I always remember the cakes under the glass containers and all the jars of sweets. It was fantastic memories of walking up to the bees wing with my dad. You know,
what was the bees wing used for then?
It was a wine shop, and Terry Glendenning, who was a really great character, used to have an off license, but I think over many years it's had many uses.
And what about the other people who lived on the street? Did he have many friends with amongst people who lived upstairs?
I have early memories of Maureen and Charles Harrison, who used to have the shop next door, and they had a tin bath, and we didn't have a bath, so once a week we used to go next door to Maureen and Charles's to have a bath. Again,
and am I right in thinking that bath was actually under the stairs?
I think it was, yes. I think it was. But again, those were happy times, and times when a lot of the traders used to live above the shop. It used to be a real community feel. Alfie Stoker used to live above Stoker's butcher's shop, and there was one time where there was a burglar alarm going off and it wouldn't stop. And so Alfie got his shotgun out and decided to take things into his own hand, and decided to stop the burglar alarm by use of his shotgun, which wouldn't be looked on too well in these days. No.
What about some of the other businesses? There used to be sort of a variety of different businesses, didn't there?
Yeah, a lot of different businesses. Again, when there was a broader range of businesses trading on the street, you know, so you had furniture retailers and all sorts of different businesses that no longer trade in the town, and again just happy memories of you know, the people and the buzz and the hive of activity in the town. You know, people coming out of the Conservative Club after last orders, and my dad had a make-up of an old Ilford camera on the front of the shop, and every 5 or 10 minutes there was a bulb at the top that replicated the flash gun, and so last orders everybody came out of the Conservative Club a little bit worse for drink and used to stand in the middle of Manchester Street and form a group up to have their photograph taken by the flash gun on the top of State's camera. So, you know, really great memories, funny times.
Now gradually the business moved. You've moved down, not quite totally, I suppose, out of Newgate Street, because you're right next door to it. But you know, what persuaded you to do that? Was it a change in the way things were happening in Newgate Street?
Again, with all towns evolve, and the big reason for us to move was when they sold Manchester Street car park. Car parks in little medieval towns like Alnwick and Hexham and Berwick are like gold dust. You've got to hold on to them. And as soon as they moved that one little car park where the next to the tap and spile, we knew that was going to change the way that footfall went, and we just decided we needed to be nearer to the town centre. So we moved into what was used to be Greenwoods, and we're coming up to 10 years. So again, like everything in a small town like Morpeth, I think you've got to change, you've got to look at opportunities, you've got to keep on moving, and that's the reason that Morpeth is such a vibrant place, that the businesses are pretty good at adapting and good at changing and good spotting new opportunities.
And you think that Newgate Street has managed to keep up with that pace over the years, has it?
I think it's finding it tough, especially at the top of Newgate Street. I think that that Newgate Street has changed massively from when we first started. It used to be a hive of activity all the way up. Walter Wilson's in the middle of the street with Ernie Martin's the butchers right in the back shop. You had real footfall drivers, real businesses that put a lot of people through their door, and that's changed a lot. And you tend to find that now it's more service businesses like estate agents, solicitors, officers, which is not going to drive footfall. So the nature of the street has changed massively, and it's shrunk down towards the town centre with the areas that are the busy areas.